All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to go here tonight with our Friday night leadership. I know that everybody right now is on fire right now, ready to learn, ready to grow it, and really ready to take their life to the next level. June 30th, 2017. My name is Tim Herr. I'm actually dialing in here today from Irvine, California. We've got a very special leader tonight that's going to be joining us. That's going to be really sharing with you how to build a team. And I can't wait for you to get that training. And then obviously at the end, we're going to be doing some advanced leadership stuff. So you want to make sure you have your pen out, your paper out, have your journal, and you really want to be paying attention, right? You really want to be paying attention to everything that's happening right now, because this moment in time is never going to be, it's never going to be recreated again. And people ask me, say, Tim, how do I take advantage of these Friday night leaderships? Well, what you want to do is you want to be in a quiet location. And guess what? You don't want to have any interruptions, right? You want to have your journal ready, right? And you want to document the information. You want to take as many notes as possible. My mentor told me, says, hey, look, you know what, Tim, if you want to make an impact, the size of your impact is going to be determined by your ability to be able to absorb the information. So I'm going to encourage you today to really capture as much of these ideas, capture this information. And if it makes sense to you, guess what? I'm going to encourage you to go ahead and apply them. Now, obviously, hopefully tonight you've got your teammates with you and you're there watching together, maybe in the living room. I'm not sure where you're doing that, but here's what you want to do is you want to make sure that nobody misses out, right? You don't want to let anybody miss out on this training, because this is going to be some high-level information. It's going to really help you take your business to the next level. But I want to jump into it. I want to dive into this right now. Some of these announcements are happening. Right now, we've got $41,500 on the table extra for people to be able to take advantage of. There's a lot of money right now on the table, and each and every one of you have the opportunity to be able to be able to say, hey, look, you know what? I'm going to make it happen, right? I'm going to take advantage of this window of opportunity right now by taking advantage of these double rank advancement bonuses. Everybody's got to be saying to themselves right now, I'm going all out massive action, right? I'm going to step up. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to get out of my comfort zone. I'm going to make it happen right now, because right now there's an extra $41,500 just to go out there and to share with everybody the secret opportunity. So there's never been a more exciting moment, never been a more exciting time than now. Take advantage of this. Everybody right now is like, hey, Tim, I want to take advantage of this. So what everybody's doing is they're filling out this double prospect sheet. They're saying, hey, look, Tim, I'm going to fill out a brand new prospect sheet, and I'm going to go ahead and make a list of contacts, and I'm going to start sharing with them the secret opportunity. I'm going to share with them the power of this core global system and why right now we're making such a significant impact on the industry. So obviously get your list made. At the end of this video, you can actually go down to the comment section, and guess what, right? You can click on a link there, and guess what? Right, you can download it and print it off. So that's going to be special. So let's move forward here. Obviously, everybody knows we got the CCon event right around the corner, August 24th, 25th, 26th, and 27th out in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's going to be an unbelievable event. I know many of you, majority of you, this is going to be your first international convention. I can tell you right now from experience, we've built our entire secret business. We built an entire company from event to event promotion. Okay, the people that make it happen are the ones that build event to event. So make sure you get yourself registered for that. That's going to be a very special event. Now, tonight I'm going to touch on Superstar Factory, and then I'm going to get out of the way and give you a chance to be able to hear from an individual right now who's making a significant impact, a leader that really develops leaders. And you're going to be able to hear from somebody that I'm telling you is not just going to become one of the biggest names in secret, but she's going to become one of the biggest names in this industry. A dynamic leader with a magnetic personality. She has the charisma, but guess what? She's got the character, and that's why she's going to be able to sustain her success that she's going to be able to create. So, I'm right now, I'm really fired up about what we're going to do here today on this call. So I want to just go ahead and jump into this on this training here, the Superstar Factory. Now, here's the biggest question you got to ask yourself is, why would I fight a Bengal tiger? Okay, why? If you want to find out what your action motivator is, ask yourself right now, say, why would I fight a Bengal tiger? Majority of you are saying, I don't think I'd ever fight a Bengal tiger, Tim. I'm not even interested in doing that. Here's what I'll tell you is this, right? I can tell you that there's things that would make me fight a Bengal tiger. If I was in my house and my family was there and a Bengal tiger came in and I saw that Bengal tiger, I would attack that Bengal tiger, okay, for my family. I would attack that Bengal tiger for my friends. I'd attack that Bengal tiger, for my community. Just to be able to say, hey, look, you know what? Tim Herr wrestled a Bengal tiger. That's what I'm doing, okay? Now, why would you fight a Bengal tiger? It's not going to be for a brand new house. It's not going to be for a Rolex watch, right? It's not going to be for a brand new car, right? Someone says, hey, you fight this Bengal tiger, man, I'm going to give you a brand new Mercedes-Benz. Nobody's doing that. But if you saw, maybe, a loved one in the room with a Bengal tiger and that Bengal tiger is about to attack, you would fight that Bengal tiger, knowing that, guess what, there's a very strong chance that Bengal tiger is going to win, but it might give your family member a chance to be able to escape. And the reason why I tell you that is in this business, you have to overcome fears. Okay, you got to get out of your own way. Many of you right now, you're afraid of failure, right? Or you're afraid of rejection, or you're afraid of looking bad, or what if my friends laugh at me, or what if my friends don't like it? And you've got something that you're holding on to, or something that's holding you back. And you're going to become unstoppable once you get to that point where you're like, look, nothing can stop me. Nothing can get in my way. I'm not afraid of anything. I'm going to call everybody. I'm going to call everybody. I'm going to do whatever it takes, right? Nothing's going to get in my way. Nothing's going to stop me. Over, under, through, guess what? Right? I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to win big, right? I'm going to become a success. When you have that type of mindset and you have that type of attitude and you're like, right now is the time more than ever before, I'm going to go out there and not like we're going to go out of our way to find a Bengal tiger, but what we want to do is we want to be able to have that backbone and say, look, I'm not afraid of anything, man. I love my family that much. I love my family that much. And there was a point in time in my career where I was devastated. And my mentor told me when I got started in this industry, he says, Tim, you don't have any kids now, but someday you are. And when you have your kids, and if you ever feel like, you know what, you want to quit, he goes, I want you to go to your kids and I want you to tell them that you're giving up on your dreams, that you're giving up on their chance of a better fortune, that you're giving up on a chance of their better future. And I can remember, you know what, in year 2000, I was going through some challenges in the business and I went through some transitions and my business wasn't growing the way that I was accustomed to growing it. And I wasn't making the type of money that could sustain a quality of lifestyle for my family. And I was thinking about maybe quitting and getting a job. And I remember my mentor saying that. So I went by my son's bed and he was laying there. He was about 2 years old at the time. And he was laying there in his bed. And I kneeled down on his bed and I grabbed his hand and I started to talk to him. And I was about to tell him, hey, you know what, I'm going to give up. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And I sat there in that room and I wept for about 30 minutes. And I said, you know what? Time to go to battle, Tim. And I went out there and I made some incredible things happen. Within a year, I got my income up over $100,000 a month. And I'm telling you right now that you're a decision away. You're a decision away of a better tomorrow. You're a decision away of some new momentum. You're a decision away of making your goals and dreams become a reality, but you've got to step up. You got to step up. You got to make that commitment that says, hey, look, you know what? I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to win big. So why would you fight a Bengal tiger? You got to understand, why would you fight a Bengal tiger? What is it that gets you so fired up that you go to battle for? Why would you go to battle? Why would you go to war? And the reason being is because it's a fight. It's a fight. It's a battle. It's a war to make your goals and dreams become a reality. There are going to be days where you're going to quit. You're going to say, man, I don't think I can do it. You're going to want to quit, or you're going to want to give up. There's going to be days where, guess what? You don't think that you can do it. I'm telling you what, man, my first 2 years, if I got paid $10 for every time I was thinking about quitting, I would have made millions of dollars my first year. But I kept putting one foot in front of the other. I kept saying, Tim, you know what? If other people can do it, you can do it. If other people can make it happen, guess what, Tim? You can make it happen. If other people can make their goals and dreams become a reality, guess what? You can make your goals and dreams become a reality. But you got to figure out what's going to motivate you. What's going to be your bridge over troubled waters? What's going to fire you up? What's going to motivate you? And let's talk a little bit about what the big picture looks like, right? See, we know we're building two teams, right? We're building two teams. And we're building this distribution network, right? And you start building these teams up. And what happens is, if you start building your team in a 2, 4, 8, you start to grow this organization. The example I just showed you is 8,190 agents. And I'm going to give you some smaller examples here today, but I just want to show you this, okay? If your first team had a team, let's say, of 10 agents, and your other team had a team of 20 agents, taught all of them how to get 10 VIP customers, your monthly residual income would be $900 a month, okay? Now, let me ask you this. If you build a team of 100 agents and 200 agents, right, and your income was $90,000, guess $9,000 a month, would that help you out? What would your life look like if you were making $9,000 a month residual income? What would your life look like? Think about the changes that you'd have in your life if you had $9,000 a month coming in every single month. Now, the next thing is this. What would happen if you built a distribution team of 1,000 agents and 2,000 agents? You'd be making $90,000 every month. Let me ask you a question. If you were making $90,000 every single month, how many problems today do you have that would go away? And I know what some of you are saying, man, I have some problems that would go away. Then guess what? You don't have a problem. You have an expense. You have an expense. And it's time to go to war. It's time to fight a Bengal tiger. It's time to step up and say, this is it. This is my time to do something special, right? This is my time to do something great. And I'm not going to let anything stop me. Over, under, through, I'm going to get there. Over, under, through, I'm going to win big. Over, under, through, I'm going to make my goals and dreams become reality. Over, under, through, you're going to see me standing on that stage. Hey, you're going to see me standing on the stage. Okay, at that CCon International event, because I'm going to rank advance, man. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to the next level. I'm going to step up. I'm going to become a big player, man. I'm going to become a big time player in this organization. I'm going to be one of the key leaders in the core global community. And I'm going to help this organization grow. And I'm going to help this organization become the most dominant organization in the industry of direct sales. It's going to be me. And I'm going to make that commitment right now. I'm going to make a commitment to step up. And when you have that attitude and you have that mindset, that's how you're going to be able to win. So what does it consist of? Let's talk a little bit about what it looks like, right? It's obviously getting people started the right way. Everybody knows that people get started with 5 and 5 sets, perfect for customers. You know, you're not superstar eligible with that set. So a lot of people that want to build a business don't get that 5 and 5 set. It's not very popular. Okay, but I can tell you this right now, the WOW set is very popular. And the reason being is because it's perfect for business builders, right? People that want to really work hard and get to the top, okay, and they really want to build a business. Now, the Pro set is for people that are like, hey, wait a second, time out. You know what? I want to make it happen, right? I want to win big. I want to become a success, right? I want to make my goals and dreams become a reality. You know, I want to, and I want to make as much as I can as fast as I can, because guess what? Whenever you get started with a Pro set, okay, guess what happens? When you get started with a Pro set, you're automatically qualified for your first 12 weeks as a bronze agent. So that means that guess what? You're getting 50% higher team commissions right out the gate. Right out the gate. You get 25% higher customer commissions. You get 25% higher customer commissions than everybody else. So whenever you get a customer, you're going to get 25% more money than everybody else. You're going to start earning 20% check match on the people that you sponsor that are bronze agents and higher. So a lot of people are like, wait a second, if I get paid as a bronze, when I get a Pro set, I'm going to get a Pro set. But guess what? If you get a WOW set, you can still upgrade. A lot of people, when they get started, they don't realize the power of the Pro set. They get the Pro set, and you can upgrade within your first, week or two. And guess what? You can get qualified as a bronze as well. So get yourself upgraded right now, okay? Because we're going to make it happen. And if you don't want to upgrade, that's cool too, right? We're going to work and get there the old-fashioned way, right? Rolling up our sleeves and making it happen, right? So let's talk a little bit about it, right? When you get people started, what happens is you start to earn fast start bonuses, right? When people get started. So, you know, if you get somebody started, right, and you're a brand new agent, and they get started with one of the 5 and 5 sets, they want to become a customer, you're going to get a $20 payout. Now, if somebody gets a WOW set, you're going to get a $50 payout. A Pro set, you're going to get a $150 payout. But guess what? As soon as you rank advance a superstar and higher, right, and you get ranked up to that position, you're going to earn, guess what? $40 on that 5 and 5 set. You're going to get, guess what? $100 on those WOW sets. You're going to get a $300 for every time you sponsor a Pro set. So everybody right now is like, wait a second, I got to get the superstar right now. I got to qualify for superstar right now. And how do you get qualified for superstar right now? You know what? It's very simple. You make a commitment. You make a commitment that says, I'm going superstar. I'm going to become the next superstar in the core global system, man. I'm going to be the next superstar in the core global community. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for people that are raising their hand right now that are saying, hey, I'm going to go superstar right now. I'm going to become a superstar right now. Hey, guess what? You can count on me. So whenever you get started, how do you go superstar, right? When you get somebody started, first thing you have is 300 TPV, right? And when you get somebody started with a WOW set and a WOW set, you get $50 bonus, right? And then when you start sponsoring people now that you're a superstar, guess what? You're going to get a $100 bonus, $300 bonus, $300 bonuses, right? For getting them a Pro set or WOW set. So there's a lot of money on the table, right? You know, now's the time. Now that's the reason why you get 300 TPV. 300 TPV when you get started with a WOW set or a Pro set. That's where everybody wants to get it. So here's the deal. Right now is the time like never before. We got to make sure that we're getting everybody started. People right now have got their hands up all across America. Everybody's saying the same thing. Man, give me a chance. Give me an opportunity, man. I'm ready to win. I'm ready to succeed. People are looking for an opportunity that they can believe in. They're looking for a company that is real, right? We have a company that's built on a rock-solid foundation. So when you become a superstar, you're going to get a $200 superstar bonus if you get that accomplished within your first 28 days, right? You want to become a superstar in your first 24 to 48 hours. Sunday night, guess what? Sunday night, hey, at 11:59 p.m. is, guess what? Pay period deadline. There's never been a better time to do what? To become a superstar than right now. Right now, you want to make a commitment. Hey, I'm going to go superstar before pay period deadline. Sunday night, 11:59 p.m. I'm going to be a superstar. Let's make it happen this weekend. Let's create a story about you. I want everybody in the core global community talking about you, right? I want them all talking about you, right? If you've already hit superstar, grab one of the people on your team and make a story out of them. We're going to make it happen. I'm getting fired up right now. Now, when you create superstars like crazy, right, and you're just a superstar creating machine, guess what happens, right? You're going to become a royale, right? The fastest way to become a royale is just make sure everybody on your team goes superstar. When you get to Royale, every time you help somebody hit superstar within 28 days, bam, you're going to get a $100 bonus. Huh. I love that. Let me show you guys what that looks like because it's beautiful. Imagine this, right? This is you. You hit Royale because you made it happen. Now, all the agents in your team, every time you pop a superstar within 20 days, you're going to get $100. Imagine if you're promoting 10 superstars a week as a Royale. That's an extra $1,000 a week you're earning. Why wouldn't you want to earn an extra $1,000 a week as a Royale? Well, you start that culture now of making sure that everybody on your team does what? Goes superstar, right? You got to be non-negotiable, non-debatable. People are like, man, you know what, Tim, I didn't get involved in secret to make a $200 bonus. I get it. But guess what? You got to be able to do what? You got to be able to hit superstar before you can hit, Royale. You got to hit superstar before you can hit silver. You got to hit superstar before you can hit, diamond. So you got the superstar is the starting point of all achievements, right? Let's make sure that we get everybody superstar right now. There's people right now on our team. We've got to get them to superstar now more than ever before. Now, obviously, everybody knows Superstar Factory. How do you become a Royale? Everybody knows 5,000 group volume on your left, 5,000 group volume on your right, and have a and have a star on your left, a star on your right. You're gonna get a one-time bonus of $500 when you accomplish that, and every month you stay qualified, you're gonna get a $500 drive your dream bonus. Now, let me show you guys what that looks like. How does a 4-week rolling cycle work? Okay, now understand the pay period deadline is Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. Pacific. So everybody wants to enter all their customer orders. They want to upgrade. They want to get all their upgrades in, all new applications in before pay period deadline. Pay period deadline is a major impending event. Major impending event. Everybody builds their business from pay period deadline to pay period deadline. Why? Because they want to get everybody started before pay period deadline. Everybody wants to sneak in their business. Everybody's sneaking in all their applications. Everybody's sneaking in all their customer forms. Everybody's sneaking in all their upgrades. Everybody's sneaking in all their orders. Everybody's sneaking everything in before Sunday night at 11:59. So let's say that the week one you get started, and let's just imagine both your teams are doing this, right? You had new volume on your left and right team of 500. And let's say the second week you did 1,000. Okay, great, right? You did 1,000 the second week. Now imagine the third week you did what? 2,500. Okay, great. Now the fourth week, let's say you did 3,000. Now in the fifth week, now that you've got all those brand new agents started, if you're helping them go superstar and you're helping them win big and you're focusing on their success, not your success, their success, guess what you're going to want to do? Your number 5th week, don't you think it should be bigger than your first week? So say that 5th week you do 1,500, right? That now you're at 8,000 on your left, 8,000 on your right. If you're doing that in 2 legs, bam, right? You know what happens, right? That's silver. Now your 6th week, right? Your second week's going to disappear right there. And so you got to do more than 1,000. So let's say that next week, guess what? Bam, you do 7,000. Now you did 14,000. So I'm giving you an example of how the 4-week rolling cycle works so you can rank advance now more than ever before. If you don't quite understand that, that's okay. We're going to sit down with you, explain it to you, make sure you can wrap your head around what that looks like. The key is just take action right now like never before. Now, when you're building your organization, what you want to do is something called the 2-3 strategy, right? This is a 2-3 rule. So this is your sponsor, this is you. Now what happens is, let's imagine your first 2 people get started on your, on your left team, right? 1, 2. Now what happens is this, right? Now what happens is this, okay? Your sponsor is going to, now your 3, 4, and 5 are going to go down your inside leg. So your shared leg with your sponsor is your left side. You see that? Your sponsor you to the left. Now you and your sponsor have a left side. Okay? You have a left side. So boom, 1, 2. Your first 2 people go on your shared leg. Okay? You and your sponsor share that left leg. Now your next 3 people are going to go on that inside, on your inside leg. 3, 4, 5. Now guess what? Right? Your next person's going to go right near, let's say your sponsor somebody there. Now what happens is 1, 2. 1, 2. Your first 2 always go in the shared leg. Now guess what? 3, 4, 5. So now imagine that first guy goes out there and boom, he sponsors somebody. What's going to happen? 1, 2. So everybody wants to put their first 2 recruits, right? Your first 2 recruits, you want to have them going down your shared leg. Your next 3 recruits go, guess what? On your inside leg, okay? And then guess what, right? Now let's take a look at your position again. Now let's say that the third guy goes out there, boom, he sponsors the first person. What are we going to do with them? Now since that third person right there that sponsored that yellow guy right there, that's on your right side. That person's boom, 1, 2 is going to go there, and then 1, 2, 3 is going to go there, and then boom, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, right? You guys know how it works. So I just wanted to give you guys that example because guess what, right? Building a binary is the funnest thing in the world, man. I'm telling you guys what. I've been in network marketing now for 21 years, and I would never get involved in any other type of compensation plan because of the opportunity to be able to build a shared line and be able to build a shared organization, having everybody working together as a team. And to me, I love that, right? Everybody working together as a team. Right? And that's really what it's all about. But you got to be able to make a decision right now that says, hey, you know what? I'm ready to go, right? I'm ready to step up. And I'm telling you right now, you're going to have a treat of all treats to be able to get a chance to hear from this next individual. This next young lady is an unbelievable leader. Okay, I've heard about her in the industry now for years, okay? She's been breaking records from the very beginning. And I'm telling you guys what right now, to be able to have her, be able to make a commitment to say, man, I'm going to be a part of Secret. I'm going to be a part of the Secret community. I'm going to step up and I'm going to build this thing. Right, to be able to say, hey, look, you know what? You can count on me. I'm going to make it happen. She's got that attitude that says, I'm going to win big, right? I'm going to go all out. I'm going to make sure that everybody that gets on my team, I'm going to make sure they go superstar. She's a superstar creating machine. And I'm telling you what, she's got the heart of gold. And she cares so much about each and every one of you. And I'm telling you what, she's a true example of what leadership looks like. She's a leader that you want to follow, a leader that you want to learn from, a leader that you want to pay attention to, and take all the ideas and information she shares, and guess what you want to do, right? You want to apply it because she knows exactly how to build a team. She knows how to build an organization. She knows how to make it happen. So without any further ado, let's go out to Denver, Colorado, and get a chance to hear from the one and only Ms. Vivian Carrasco. Thanks for joining us, and welcome to the call.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mr. Tim Her. You know, it's such an honor to be working with you. You know, I know that you said a lot of nice things about me, but I want everybody in our team to know how fortunate we are to be able to work with an individual like you with 21 years experience. You know, I remember when I first got started in this industry of relationship marketing, I used to hear about the great Mr. Tim Her. And, you know, it's funny that you were not only my mentor's mentor, but you were actually my mentor's mentor's mentor, right? And, you know, to me, when I heard that you were going to be working with AJ, I said, there's no way that I can miss out on this opportunity. I know what this man has created. I know what he's capable of. And I know how many lives you can impact through this opportunity. And I knew that I had people that I loved and that I cared about, that I wanted to learn from you and to grow from you. So thank you so much, Mr. Tim Her, for everything that you do for our organization and how you pour into us every single day. We're grateful for you. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Friday Night Leadership. I'm sure you guys have already gotten a lot of golden nuggets from today, and I'm excited to share with you one of my favorite topics, which is team building. Now, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Vivian Carrasco. I'm currently 24 years old, and I was actually born and raised out in El Paso, Texas. A little background on me: I went to college out in Austin, Texas, and you know, I was one semester in, and I said, I don't know if I can do this. I was starting to see, you know, a lot of my friends who were graduating from college and couldn't find jobs with their degrees, psychology degrees, business degrees, you know, all these different degrees, and they couldn't find jobs. They were working as delivery drivers or Uber. They were doing Uber, and I was like, man, well, what's the point of getting myself into all this debt? You know, especially for someone like me who I didn't know what I wanted to do. Fortunately, my brother introduced me to relationship marketing. Fast forward, you know, I was 20 years old when I got started. Fast forward at the age of 24, it was the best decision that I ever made. Not only have I grown as an individual, but my bank account has grown along with it. And it's been an exciting journey. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about team building, which is creating leverage through your organization. Because yes, you know, you can make money by selling the product. And of course, we want to share the product. We want to get the product into people's hands. But like Mr. Tim Her was saying, you guys, imagine if you can duplicate yourself through and your efforts, right? Because you can only do so much in 24 hours. Think about Bill Gates, or think about, you know, Bill Gates, or think about McDonald's, right? It wouldn't make as much money if there was only one McDonald's, right? And Bill Gates, yes, there's only one of them, but he doesn't make money off of his efforts alone, right? He has large organizations around the world that create Microsoft, okay? So let's talk about it. We're going to dive right in, guys. I'm super excited about this information. When you're building your team, guys, I've seen a lot of people that go out there and they want to hit superstar so bad. And yes, that is the goal, guys. Every single one of us wants to hit superstar, right? But you can't look at people like they're a dollar sign. You cannot look at people like they have a dollar sign on their head, because energy isn't something that's talked about, guys. Energy is something that's felt, right? So if you're talking to people about an opportunity and they just feel like you're just trying to recruit them, nobody likes that, right? I want you guys to think about it like the hunter and the farmer, okay? If you're a hunter and you're going out there with your gun and you're pointing your gun at people, right? Or you're pointing your gun at a deer, what does a deer do as soon as it sees you? It takes off running, right? So you don't want to be a hunter, guys, but instead you want to be a farmer, right? A farmer plants his seed. He sows his seed, right? And he loves and he waters and he grows that seed, guys. And that's why he's able to create, you know, his harvest, okay? So today, guys, when we're talking about team building, I want you to look at everyone as if they have a help me sign written on their forehead. I want you to think about all the people that you can help, right? When I took a look at the core global system, and I found out that Mr. Tim Her was partnering, he was coming out of retirement, he's partnering up with this killer beast, AJ Jordan. I said, man, who are the people that I want to bring on this opportunity to work with these people, right? Who can I help? And I thought, of course, of Miss Claudia Medina. I knew that she had in it what it took to build a massive organization. I knew that she had the heart, she had the passion, but she just lacked the proper vehicle, right? And the proper mentorship. So who do you know right now, guys, that, they're motivated, they're driven, they're out there, they do PD, all these people that you love that maybe they just have the wrong vehicle, right? So I'm super fired up about this information, guys. If we move, you'll see here. Next thing we want to talk about, guys, is when you're talking about these people, you might have this amazing vehicle and you might have this, obviously we have secret, we have network marketing, hands down the best product, the best compensation plan. I mean, I've worked in other compensation plan, guys. Trust me. I remember when they were explaining to me the secret compensation plan, I said, either I don't get it or this is just going to be insane, right? The truth was I did get it and it is insane. Best products, best comp plan, and hands down, best leadership leading from the front, guys, okay? So it doesn't matter if you have all of this, guys, and if you don't believe in yourself, right? You have to be 100% confident, right? Because people aren't going to follow you if you don't know where you're going, right? People aren't going to believe in you if you don't believe in you, okay? A lot of people ask me, said, Vivian, at such a young age, you were able to create this business, this network marketing business. How were you able to do it, right? I'm sure a lot of you guys have probably gotten asked this question. Well, how much money have you made so far, right? You see, ladies and gentlemen, I never got asked that question when I was building this business because I was so confident and I had so much backbone and so much posture that people already thought I was balling out of control, right? See, you got to see yourself where you want to be and you got to act as if you already have it, right? See, I was so confident in my vehicle, in this opportunity, guys, that when I spoke to people, they were more afraid of not joining than joining. They were afraid of saying, dang, Vivian Carrasco is going to do something huge with this opportunity. And if I don't jump on board, I'm going to miss out, right? So you have to have 100% confidence in not only, and these are the things that you need to be confident in, guys. Not only do you need to be confident in secret, because yes, we need to be confident in our company. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are, and that's why you joined this amazing opportunity. Yes, we got to be confident in the network marketing industry. And yes, we got to be able to believe in our leaders. But most importantly, we got to be able to believe in ourselves. You have to see yourself walking the stage as a diamond before you actually walk in the stage as a diamond. Guys, I can't tell you how many times in the shower I practice my speech that I'm going to give when I'm walking that stage in CCon, right? I'm practicing my speech and I'm talking about all the trials and the tribulations that I had to go through to get here, right? And it's so funny because when things get hard in my business, guys, when things get hard anywhere, at every other level, there's another devil, right? So when things get hard, I mean, I start practicing and imagining myself telling this story, right? And that's why I'm so confident in my opportunity because I actually see myself walking the stage, guys. So remember, you got to see it, you got to believe it, you got to see it in order to achieve it, okay? So I'm super fired up, guys. Now, you got to learn how to next people, right? Because no matter how great your opportunity, how great your vehicle, and how much confidence you have, you're going to have, some people aren't going to see what you see, right? You know what they say, eagles and pigeons have two different visions, guys, right? And you're an eagle, okay? Eagles look up, pigeons look down, okay? So you got to understand that when you're talking to some people, they might still have a pigeon mentality, okay? Now, so learning how to next people, guys, some will, some won't, some wait, so what? So someone's waiting, so who's next, right? I mean, there's so much FWs there, it's a little tongue twister, guys. But team building, guys, this fires me up. I want you to think about it like this. This is the way you got to think about it when you're building your opportunity, guys, and you're sharing the opportunity with people. I want you to think as if Wells Fargo, okay, the ATM broke, okay? The ATM broke, and now it's just spitting out 20s like crazy, right? And you can call 5 people, and only 5, you can only call 5 people to tell them, hey, guys, you need to get a bag, and you need to come get this money, right? We need to go to Wells Fargo like now. It's only going to be spitting these 20s for the next few minutes until people find out, right? So if this happened, guys, first of all, who would you call? Okay, how much backbone would you call? And would you waste time, okay, trying to explain to someone that it's not a scam, right? Of course not, right? Some people are going to be like, there's going to be people like, oh, heck yeah, I'm going to take this, I'm going to go, right? I'll meet you there. There's going to be other people that are like, well, what is it? What do I have to do? They're going to ask all these questions, guys, right? You don't spend too much time on that, right? You got to next these people. Some people are like, oh, you're crazy. That's a scam. That's probably not even true. You're going to go and you're going to take as many people with you, guys, and you're going to keep your excitement and you're going to pick those 20s, okay? So remember that when you're nexting people, guys, some will, some won't, so what, so who's next? And understand that a no now is just a not yet, guys, all right? So speed and exposure, guys. So whoever has the most urgency is going to win, right? This business, from my understanding, guys, been in this business for 4 years, I've seen people get involved in this opportunity and say, I want to hit the ground running. I want to talk to everybody I know in the first 30 days. And then there's other people that say, I'm going to take it slow, right? And here's what I will tell you from experience. If you want to take it slow, that's okay. That's your business, guys. It's your business at the end of the day. But, okay, here's what you got to know. And this is what I tell my team, okay? It's easier to build fast than slow, right? Because fast results, guys, if those results, you're going to be able to share them. Your 30-day story, guys, is so powerful. Until today, 4 years later, I still tell my 30-day story when I'm sharing the opportunity with people, because people want to know what they can do now, not what they're going to see in 10 years, right? Because at the end of the day, we live in a microwave society, guys, right? So speed and exposure, whoever has the most urgency is going to win in this business, guys, okay? You got to not only talk to people, but you got to talk to people fast, right? Because the faster you can do this, the faster you can build your team, all right? So I'm super fired up about this info, guys. Like, everything that we have to share with you guys today, I mean, if you don't understand that now's the time, then I don't know what to share with you guys. Like, I've been involved in this industry, but I've never seen anything like, well, what's going to happen with Secret, guys. Not only the double bonus that we have, but the leadership that we have, the opportunity to be there in the beginning of something great. I mean, it's super exciting. So you need to remember this, guys. If you don't recruit your warm market, your closest friends, your family, right, then someone else will. And I'm telling you this from experience. I mean, somebody else recruited my own cousin into their business, and I was like, what? My cousin? And I was devastated, right? It's happened to me many, many times, or my friends, because I was too scared to talk to them. I was too scared to reach out to them because maybe this was my second time doing a company, guys. Maybe this isn't your first network marketing company, and this isn't the first company that you shared with people, right? So you might be afraid to reach out to these people. But guys, you got to understand is that if you don't reach out to them, someone else will. The worst thing that can happen in this business, guys, is someone says no to you. Is that really that scary? You know, I have a friend who works out in the oil field, and I asked him, I said, you know, Fred, what's the worst thing that could happen to you out in your job? And he said, you could die. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, you could die. It's very dangerous. A friend of mine lost a finger today. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, you lost a finger? Like, that's insane. You know what I mean? If you ask a doctor, what's the worst thing that can happen to them is a patient can die on them on the table, right? See, there's so many things that can happen about, but here in network marketing is the worst possible thing that can happen is that someone says no. You see, when you look at it like that, it's not that scary, right? And if you don't talk to someone, guys, and if you don't ask them to take a look at the opportunity that you're going to share, then guess what? It's an automatic no. You're saying no for them, right? So when you're out there reaching out to people, guys, you got to look at it from an abundance mentality. You can't look at it from a scarcity mentality, guys, when you're thinking, oh, I got to hit superstar, so I need to talk to everybody I know, and if I don't hit superstar, I don't make my money back, blah, blah. Like, you can't look at it like that. You got to look at this like, man, I have an opportunity in my hand that I can share with people that can impact so many people's lives. Oh my gosh, I know my sister's struggling right now financially. She just had a kid. How can I help her? I can share this opportunity with her so she can spend more time with her child, her newborn, and she can make more money, right? See, that's the mentality versus I got to recruit my sister so I can hit superstar, right? See, when you approach it like that, not only are you giving out the different energy to the people that you're sharing this opportunity with, guys, but you're also building a business with an abundance mentality, okay? So today, guys, I want everybody to go out there and talk to people with love, right? I want you to go out there and talk to your friends and your family and speak to their hearts. You got to speak to people's hearts before you start reaching for their wallets, before you ask them to join your business, okay, guys? So a secret to success, talk to more people. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person, guys. Yeah, but you can't say the right thing to the wrong person and vice versa, okay? There's been times, guys, when I got in this business, I mean, it makes me laugh because I look back, and if you guys go to my social media profiles, I mean, you can go back to when I first started network marketing. Sometimes we look at these big people like Mr. AJ Jordan or Mr. Tim Herr, and we wonder, can I ever get there? Can I ever get there? Guys, keep in mind, some of these people have been doing this for 5 to 10 years, and you're just in your first month, right? I mean, I remember when I first started this in my first month, I used to say all the wrong things. Now, I'm not saying do this, but I was ignorance on fire, guys, right? You go to the next slide, you're going to see it talks about ignorance on fire beats intelligence on ice. And when I was presenting, sometimes I said the wrong things, guys, okay? Sometimes I said things that I probably shouldn't have said, but I was just so fired up and I was so excited. People didn't even notice that I was saying the wrong thing. They were just like, man, this person is so passionate and she's so fired up. She knows exactly where she's going. I want to follow her, right? See, some people get into this opportunity and they want to know everything. Man, they want to know about the product. They want to know the ingredients. They want to know every single thing, guys. And here's what I'm going to tell you. A lot of times those people suffer from what I like to call, dang, man, I'm so fired up. I forgot what it's called, right? But, basically they want to know everything, that they let it freeze them. They let it stop them from doing what they're supposed to do in this business. They research and they watch all the training videos, but they never take action. You see, they say that knowledge is power. And I believe that is so not true, guys. You can read every single book about network marketing, but if you never go out there and talk to people, then it doesn't matter, right? If you don't share your enthusiasm and your excitement with people, it doesn't matter. I mean, look at Miss Claudia Medina. You know, I remember when she was telling me, she's like, man, I had no idea what I was doing, but I was just so excited about my life. I was so excited about my opportunity that it didn't matter. People joined her. I mean, in network marketing, she's done such amazing things because she's excited about it, right? See, we've all had those friends, guys. We all know those people that when they walk into a room, the room gets darker, right? Don't be that person. But we also all know those people when they walk into the room gets lighter. And people want to be in that environment, right? Sometimes you're going to see that people join network marketing and people are going to join your business because they even just love being around you. They want to be a part of something bigger than themselves. They want to be excited about life again. So many people are so beat down by life, guys. They've been working the same job for the past 5, 10, 15, 20 years that they don't even know how to dream anymore. And when they meet you and they see you excited about life and passionate and excited about this opportunity, they're like, man, I want to share that excitement. I want to be fired up about my life again. And you give people that hope, guys, right? So, man, I'm fired up. Just being a part of this opportunity, guys, just gets me super excited, okay? So let's talk about a few proven steps, guys, to successful meeting conduct, right? Because at the end of the day, guys, we're running a business, right? Not a zoo. And we want to make sure that when we're taking, and I don't know about you guys, but I know for sure when I'm taking a guest to a business opportunity meeting, I want it to be professional, right? I wouldn't like it if the meeting started late or if, you know, I see people on their cell phones during the meeting, because then it signals my guests to do the exact same thing. So let me show you guys how to run a meeting, because if there's one thing I did right in network marketing, it was this. Okay, I wasn't good at recruiting people when I first started. I wasn't good at getting customers. I wasn't really good at anything but showing up, because my mentor said, Vivian, if you can control the things that you can. You can't control whether or not people show up, but you can control whether or not you show up, right? So let's talk about this, guys. Showing up to meetings and bringing your guests. One, you got to visualize your friends getting started. When you're writing out your list, guys, I want you to imagine your friends starting up and you guys working together in this opportunity. Visualization is so powerful. Just like I said earlier, you got to visualize yourself walking across that stage, right? Number 2, pick up your guests. There is about 100% chance that once they're in the car, guys, they are not jumping out, okay? So pick up your guests, conversate with them. And this is something that I learned early on, guys. One of the first people that I ended up enrolling my business, I picked her up, and it was like 30 minutes for me to go pick her up, right? It was a long drive, I'm not going to lie, and we got stuck in traffic. But you know what that gave me? That gave me the opportunity to get to know my guests, to know what they're struggling in life with right now, what makes them happy. I told them, what do you like about your job? They're like, you know what, I don't like anything. I just do it because I have to make money, right? And I'm like, well, what would you do if money weren't an issue? What would you want to be doing? Oh, I want to be traveling the world. That's amazing. You know what I mean? And I got to know them, and I asked these questions that started opening up their mind to get them to dream again. Yeah, of course. I definitely get what you're saying, man. I felt the exact same way. I was looking for a vehicle that can help me travel because I was tired of being stuck. So when they're actually at the meeting, guys, guess what? They're thinking of all the things that you brought up in that car conversation, in that drive, right? They're thinking of all the things that you were talking to them about traveling the world and being financially free. And all they're seeing now is Secret being that opportunity for them, right? I like to call it the pre-fame, right? The meeting before the meeting is the most important meeting, guys. When you're picking up your guests and you're sharing this information with them, I mean, all they're thinking about is what's possible for their life, okay? And you're pre-framing them and shifting them to automatically think about how Secret is going to fit into their life versus how you're going to try to stuff Secret into their life. You know what I mean? All you're thinking about is, how does Secret fit into their life? They're like, man, Secret's going to give me that opportunity to travel. Man, Secret's going to give me the opportunity to spend more time with my kids. Dang, Vivian and I were just talking about this. Isn't that insane, right? So obviously, and then number 3, you want to have a clean car, right? Because nobody wants to be in a dirty car, guys. Make sure you clean your car, okay? Be early as well, guys, because you want to also have these conversations with your guests. You want to introduce them to people. You want them to see the culture, see the energy, see the environment. Remember, people want to be a part of something bigger than themselves. Okay. 5, edify your guests, right? When you're introducing your guest to Mr. Tim Herr, to Miss Claudia Medina, or to Miss Brittany in Baton Rouge, you want to make sure you say, hey, this is my guest, Mr. Robert. I mean, he is one of the most hardest working individuals I know, Miss Claudia. He is super fired up about life, and he's somebody that I know for a fact will bring a great asset to our team. That's why I wanted to introduce you to him. You want to build them up. You want to make them feel great about themselves, because so many times people come from their job where they do so much good work and they work so hard, but they're never even recognized for that. And they see that they're in this environment where they're not even a part of it yet, but they're already being built up. They're already being encouraged, right? They already feel great. Okay. Number 6, sit in the front, guys, because there's going to be less distractions for your guests if you guys are in the front. Okay. They're not going to see people ahead of them standing up or anything like that, guys. Oh, that's another thing, guys. Never, ever, ever, ever stand up in the middle of a presentation. That is one of my, my things that I teach to my team, guys. Unless you're like in the setup team and something goes wrong, you need to set something up or you're going to speak. But other than that, guys, you should never sit up, never stand up during the presentation. Okay. But you want to sit up front. You want to take notes, guys. I'm not sure if you noticed, all the leaders at the Super Saturday training this past weekend were taking notes. I'm still reading through my notes, guys, because a blurry pen is better than a sharp memory, okay? And if your guest sees you taking notes, they're probably going to do the exact same thing, okay? Number 8, participate. Guys, this was one of the hardest things for me in the beginning because if you know me, I'm not a naturally like, oh my God, super excited person. I'm not a Miss Claudia Medina. I'm very to myself. And I used to say like, oh, I don't do that. I don't scream, blah, blah, blah. I just said, Vivian, if you can't get excited about your opportunity, about your life, nobody else will either, And I realized that he was right. I got to get excited. I got to be fired up about every single day that I get to be and I get to have this opportunity, guys, okay? And the last thing, guys, is when your guests say they're ready to get started, start filling out the application for them, okay? Start filling out the application and getting that information, okay? So with that being said, guys, man, this excites me. This opportunity excites me. I'm fired up, okay? I have the honor of bringing back, Mr. Tim Herr. You guys already heard from him. You guys already know how amazing he is, but I want to share a little bit more about that because I've been involved in this industry, guys, for 4 years. And when I first got started, I didn't have anybody teaching me step by step. And sometimes we take that for granted. To be honest with you guys, I see some people that take this for granted, right? I had to learn everything through YouTube. There was this thing called SDP University. I think we have it on YouTube too, Secret University, guys. And I used to watch these videos over and over and over again. I kid you not, I can recite them all for you, right? And that's how I learned network marketing. It wasn't until I was already at a 5-figure position, guys, that I had a mentor reach out to me and start coaching me and start teaching me this business. But I guarantee it was a lot harder for me because of that. But sometimes I see that we take this mentorship for granted, guys. Okay, so now that we have mentors, guys, and I'm telling you guys, your process could be a lot faster than mine was if you don't take this for granted. If you actually sit down and you do the things that your mentor says. Your mentor says go left, go left. Your mentor says go right, go right. If your mentor says to jump, ask how high, right? Because I'm telling you, you have the best leader in the industry leading the way right now. This is the man who mentored the people who I thought were the greatest in network marketing. This is the man who mentored them. This is the man who built practically the last company I was a part of, guys. Okay? It was through his mentorship trickle down that I am here because of him, guys. So I want you to understand who you have. 21 years experience, has created multiple 6 figures in this industry, over 20 figures in the last 2 years alone, guys. And if you want to be in that next group, that next wave of 6-figure earners, you must not take this man's time for granted. Make sure that you take notes like crazy, guys, and you learn from this individual because there's no better person to be leading the way than Mr. Tim Herr himself. Thank you so much, sir, for your mentorship. You can take the call from here.
You just right now, you blew everybody away, man. I'm telling you what, everybody right now is texting me saying Vivian Carrasco's on fire right now. I mean, that was unbelievable. I'm so fired up to be able to get a chance to be able to work side by side with you and to be able to watch you grow and develop and really take your business to the next level, because I'm telling you what, you've got all the skill set and you got the reason. So it's going to be beautiful to see what happens over the next 24 months, over the next 36 months, and to watch you grow and develop and just really step into your greatness. But I really appreciate, obviously, your training tonight, because that's exactly it. It's about building teams and teaching them how to go out there and acquire customers. You know, everybody right now is doing wow parties like never before. Everybody's doing 5 demos a day, no matter what. Everybody's out there just sharing, you know, the secret products, and people are getting so fired up. And I want to jump into leadership development here tonight, and we're going to take it home here. But obviously, a little bit more about team building. I'm going to talk a little bit about closing here and developing leadership. You know, Miss Vivian said about filling out the applications, and when you get to it, you know, it's just like, hey, first thing you're going to do is you're going to ask a closing question and be quiet. So I always say to people, hey, you know, and when I'm driving with them in the car, I'm asking them, hey, look, you know what do you know, if I could help you make an extra 5,000, you know, if the gentleman tonight or the lady tonight I'm going to introduce you to, if they can show you a way to make an extra 5,000 a month, what would you do with that money? And I ask kind of, you know, and they're going to tell me, right? So, I want to spend more time with my family. So right whenever the presentation's over, or if the webinar's over, if I got somebody on a webinar, I'm going to call them back. Or if I'm sitting down with them watching a webinar or whatever it might be, I'm going to go back to it and I'm going to ask a closing question. I'm just going to say, hey, did you see a secret as a way for you to be able to spend more time with your family, right? And if they say yes, you know, like, to give an example, when Brittany got started, you know, Brittany's the prime example. When Brittany got started, you know, she just had this beautiful baby, and she just had to go back to work. And it's like, look, you know what? I know what her reason is, right? I know why she wants to make it happen. You know, she wants to be able to spit, you know, be able to be home with her kid, and that's the reason why right now she's making it happen. You look at Brittany, you're like, man, you know what? She hit silver, like, man, it was in a couple weeks making it happen, like on fire out in you know, on that Louisiana marketplace. What is it that's making it happen for her? Well, it's pretty obvious, you guys. I know exactly what it is. She has the reason. When you come up with enough reasons, you can revolutionize your life. And she has the reason. She wants to be able to be home with her daughter. And I can tell you, at the end of a presentation, you ask somebody a closing question. Did you see a way for your speaker to be able to help you, you know, be able to spend more time with your family? Okay, great. Well, let's go ahead and get your application filled out. And I use something called an assumptive close. I'm going to start filling out the application for them. And at that time, when I start filling out the application for them, if they have an objection, it's going to come up then. So once you have an objection, they say, basically, maybe they have an objection like, hey, look, you know what, I need to talk to my wife, right? I need to talk to my husband. So, okay, if they have an objection, I'm going to isolate it. So I'm going to say, okay, basically what you're telling me right now is, you know, the only thing slowing you down from getting started is the fact that you think that you need to talk to your spouse. Am I right on that? Yes. Okay, great. So I just isolated it. So the only thing slowing you down, I didn't say the only thing stopping you. Okay, I said the only thing slowing you down from getting started is the fact that you think that you need to talk to your spouse. And so that's the only thing slowing you down right now. Everything else made sense, right? You see a way to spend more time with your family. You see a way for you to be able to earn some serious money. Everything else made sense, but you're just a little bit concerned about having to talk to your spouse. Am I right on that? Yeah. Okay, perfect. And now I'm gonna use a cushion. I know exactly how you feel. Man. When I got involved in this industry, man, I you know, I'm the type of person, I'm a big believer, right? That you need to talk to your spouse, man. And you know, I can remember whenever I took a look at Secret for the first time, I was doing really well in another network marketing company. And my wife said, whatever you do, you can go out there and talk to Betty and Hayden, but look, you better not do it. Right. But one thing that I know, you know, and I just felt now. I know how you felt the same way. And then I'm going to overcome an objection, right? So the cushion's the most important part. Now I'm going to overcome the objection. But the one thing that I know for sure is it's easier to beg for forgiveness than ask for permission. How long have you been married, right? And they go, oh, I've been married for 5 years. Okay, then you know what I'm talking about, right? It's, yeah, right? And they go, yeah. I go, all right, well, let's get your application, but also we can start making you some serious money, right? And then I'm going to receive the payment, right? So it's the same formula, right? Ask closing question, be quiet, assumptive close, start filling out the application. If they have an objection, isolate it. Use the cushion. How you feel? I felt the same way. I was exactly like you. I feel like I'm talking to myself. Those are the type of things that are great cushions. Overcome the objection, receive the payment. Very easy to do, right? Very easy to do. But closing for me was like a scary thing. But like, you know, when you go to 7-Eleven and you buy a stick of Bubblicious bubble gum, they're going to ask you for the money. They're not going to sit there and be like, oh my God, you would have buy Bubblicious gum? All right, let me go ask my manager, right? They're going to have a backbone and they're going to do it, right? So it's pretty simple, right? Just have a backbone. Let's make it happen, okay? Now I want to talk to you about 2020 vision. This is the most proven method to rank advancement to the top of a binary compensation plan. We taught this to everybody in Korea and they just went out there and did it. This is the reason why everybody in Korea is rank advancing like never before. It's because we taught everybody you want to sponsor 20 people on your left, 20 people on your right, straight down in your organization. Okay, you just want to sponsor 20 on your left, 20 on your right. And I guarantee you, as soon as you sponsor 20 on your left, 20 on your right, I'm telling you right now, you're going to be at the top income in Secret, right? And then you start duplicating that. You start teaching people how to be able to do that. You start teaching people how to make it happen. You start teaching people how to win big. You start teaching people how to create that 2020 vision. What if it took you 12 months to sponsor 20 people on your left, 20 people on your right? If it was worth making $1 million a year, would it be worth it? If it was worth making $3 million a year, would it be worth it? You better believe it, right? So we want to make it happen right now. We want to say, hey, look, you know what? I'm going to sponsor 20 people right now. I'm going to sponsor 20 on my left, 20 on my right. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to step up. I'm going to win big. I'm going to become a success. I'm going to make my goals and dreams become a reality. and I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to win big, right? I'm going to step up. I'm going to get out of my comfort zone, right? I'm going all out, man. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to go to war for my family. I'm going to go to war for my dreams. I'm going to go to war for my goals. I'm going to win big. I'm going to become a success. Now is the time like never before. That's the attitude. That's the mindset right now that we want to have to say, hey, look, you know what? This is it. This is our time to be successful. This is our time to be great. This is our time to become a success. This is our time to make it happen. So we want to have that 2020 vision, right? Let's talk a little bit about team building. You know, John Shatner, the gentleman who started Papa John's. Okay, you look at the growth that they had, right? You know, in 84 when they started with one location, you know, all the way to 94 whenever they just had, just a handful of locations, right? Then they grow to 1,600. And it was because he started developing people. John Shatner said, it's my job to build the people who are going to build the company. That's what we're doing right now with this leadership development. The people right now that are on this leadership call are the ones that we are going to make happen. We're going to make it happen with. This is the group right now that we're going to develop. Okay, I'm telling you right now, that's the growth curve of any type of an organization. That's the growth curve of this team. You got to realize right now that there's 4 stages to an organization. There's the formulation stage, there's the concentration stage, there's the momentum stage, and there's the stability stage of an organization. Right now, the core global system is in its formulation stage. This is the time right now where we're going to sort through and we're going to find the leaders that want to build. It's going to take us about 12 months to identify those leaders. And once we've identified the leaders, because they're following the system, they're getting on the Friday night leaderships, they're learning, they're growing, they're developing, then we're going to go into a concentration. We're going to concentrate on really building an organization that's going to rip through momentum. And I'm telling you, there's going to be a window of opportunity available right now. And I'm telling you, you guys got to realize we already did it. I already did this 6 years ago. I did this exact same thing with another organization in secret, and I created so many millionaires there. Okay, I've already done this, right? I've got 3 lines of leaders that have got $1 million earners. This is the 4th team. And this is going to be my best run ever because I'm so much brighter because I've been reading so many books. We're going to make it happen together. Here's what I'm going to share with you right now. John C. Maxwell, the foremost expert on 21, on leadership development. He talks about there's character and skills, right? Character is the foundation, skills is the house. And this is how you develop the house. You got to focus on the character. And how do you develop character? There's 2 types of people. There's character-driven people and emotional-driven people. See, character-driven people, they do right, then they feel good. Emotional-driven people feel good, then they do right. Character-driven people are commitment-driven. Emotional-driven people are convenience-driven. Character-driven people make principle-based decisions. Emotional-driven people make popular-based decisions. Character-driven people make the action controls their attitude. Emotional-driven people, attitude controls their action. Character-driven people believe it, then they see it. Emotional-driven people see it, then they believe it. You know what? Character-driven people create momentum. Emotional-driven people wait for momentum. Character-driven people ask, what are my responsibilities? Emotional-driven people ask, what are my rights? Character-driven people continue when problems arise. Emotional-driven people quit when problems arise. Character-driven people are steady. Emotional-driven people are moody. Character-driven people are leaders, and emotional-driven people are followers. We got to make it happen, right? Now is the time where you want to be a character-driven leader. And how do you do that? Okay, the more that you can do that, the more effective you're going to be, right? And I want to show you guys, the leaders that develop, this is what happens, right? Whenever you start developing superstars, you start developing leaders, your organization will multiply, right? And let me give you an example, right? When you start developing leaders, your organization is going to multiply like rabbits on Viagra, right? And this is the difference between leaders map, okay, and followers map. If you start developing leaders and you start developing superstars and executives and bronzes, not just getting people started, your organization will multiply. And there's a chapter 20, and the law number 20 is the best law in the law, 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. Because in that law, it says the law of explosive growth. And that's what I'm training you on right now. What he says in the book, 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Pay attention, please. Addition and multiplication. Leaders who develop followers, they need to be needed. Okay? Leaders that develop their followers, they need to be needed. Leaders who develop leaders, they want to be succeeded. Leaders who develop followers, they focus on the weaknesses of their team. Leaders who develop leaders, they focus on the strengths. So you ever talk to them, like, tell me about your organization. Oh, my organization, they start focusing on the weaknesses. That's a leader that develops followers. But if you think about what you like about your team, and whatever you like and you focus on is going to expand. So if you focus on the weaknesses, it expands. If you focus on the strengths, it's going to expand. I'm telling you right now, this is the reason why I've been able to create so many millionaires. Leaders that develop followers, guess what they do? They develop the bottom 20. Leaders develop the top 20. Leaders that develop followers, they treat people the same for fairness, but leaders who develop leaders, they treat leaders as individuals for an impact. Leaders who develop followers, they hoard the power. Leaders who develop leaders, they give the power away. Leaders who develop followers, guess what? They spend time with others. Leaders who develop leaders, they guess what? Invest time with others. Leaders who develop followers, for your notes, they grow by addition. Leaders who develop leaders, they grow by multiplication. Leaders who develop followers impact only the people that they touch personally, and leaders who develop leaders impact people far beyond their own reach. I can tell you right now, it's an unbelievable feeling when I talk to people in this industry. They're like, man, you know what, Tim? I was in your organization 10 years ago. I learned back there 10 years ago. That's awesome, man. There are going to be people right now that are on this leadership call right now that are going to become millionaires. That's just exciting. Okay, that's exciting. Not everybody's going to become a millionaire, because not everybody's going to jump on next week's Friday Night Leadership. They're not going to take advantage of the system. They're not going to follow the core global system. But the people that take the core global system serious and invest their time in growing themselves, they're the ones that are going to make it happen. Okay, because whenever if you don't have if you're dedicated to success, but you don't have a very good leadership ability, your level of effectiveness is going to be weak. But let me show you what happens if you develop yourself as a leader. That's why you want to develop yourself as a leader. If you go on YouTube, you can type in Tim Herr, right? Tim Herr, John C. Maxwell, 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. And I train on every one of the 21 laws. You can watch all those laws. I have them trained on YouTube. Okay. So I'm just telling you guys, if you're passionate about learning and growing, you can do it, but you got to develop yourself. That's how you're going to become more effective. Okay. So whenever I get people started, this is what I do. And I'm going to share with you this right now, and we're going to go and wrap up. But week one, when you get somebody started as the upline, okay, you're trying to get them to superstar, right? Within that first 24 to 48 hours. Might take a week, but whatever. So you want to do 100% of the work, right? You want to say, you want to sit down with them, get them on the launch call together with them. Then afterwards, you want to sit down with them. You want to make the invites, whether it's a call or text or whatever it might be. But you're going to basically do 100% of the work. They're going to be watching and learning. And then what's going to happen, right? In week number 2 is that, guess what? You're going to do 80, they're going to do 20. Week number 3, guess what's going to happen? You're going to do 20, they're going to do 80. And week number 4, guess what's going to happen, right? You're going to watch and admire them while they do 100%. So you're about developing people, right? You want to develop leaders. You want to develop leaders that can do this business without you. You want to work yourself out of a job with people that you sponsor, then you want to sponsor somebody else and do the same thing. It's like taking somebody from a Padawan to any of you guys that are Star Wars people. If you're not, forgive me. But when you take somebody that's a Padawan, then they become a Jedi Knight, and then become a Jedi Master, right? And I'm telling you, when you become a Jedi Master, then you have to grab a Padawan and help them do the same thing. And that's what you're doing, is you're building this business. You're building leaders. You're developing people. And that's what it's about. And you got to realize that as you rise in leadership, responsibilities increase and your rights decrease. So as you become a leader, you don't have a lot of rights. Why? Because, leaders got to lead by example. That's what leadership means. Leadership means I lead by example. So you got to lead by example to make it happen, right? Your responsibilities are going to increase and your rights are going to decrease as you become a leader. And here's what I want to share with you. This is a great book called The Leadership Challenge. And I love this. It's DWYSYWD, 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 right? Do what you say you're going to do. People, look, you got to have values, right? DWYSYWD, right? I'm not going to believe in the message if I don't believe in the messenger. You've got to have integrity. Integrity is a clear correspondence between your words and your deeds. You tell somebody when they get started, you look them dead in the eye and say, over under 2, I'm going to get you to the top. Over under 2, I'm going to get you there. And you look them dead in their eyes and you mean it with every fiber of your body, and you go to war for them. You go to war for your brand new people to make sure that you get them to superstar. That's how you become successful, right? Some of you are brand new right now. It's time to go to war right now and make it happen. This is a time to grow. It's time for us to succeed. It's time for us to make it happen. Now, whenever people get started in network marketing is there's a bucket. Okay, and people get started, they get thrown in this bucket. So as people get started, I'm going to show you guys again. There's a network marketing bucket. Network marketing is people get thrown in this bucket, right? They start joining, they start getting started, they get thrown in this bucket. And what happens is people fall out of the bucket. Okay, people fall out of the bucket. And because there's a hole in the bucket. And when I got involved, I told my mentor, I said, why don't we just fill the hole in the bucket? He said, Tim, that's what everybody's tried to do for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, but it's, in every type of, in everything, right? How many people do we know that get a gym membership, right? That guess what? That end up, going 1 or 2 times, and guess what, right? They retire from the gym. How many people, back in the days, he said this has been going on for a long time, right? And think about this, right? Whenever you could talk about Jesus when he was building, the Christian church. What happened, right? People were going, people were going, and guess what? They stopped going. Some people do, but some people stay the course. But the key is in network marketing, how you get people to stick and how you get people to make it happen is this. You can't clog the hole in the bucket. Remember, okay, people are going to fall out, right? You can't clog the hole in the bucket. People are going to fall out of the hole, okay? So there's no way that you can clog that hole. I know somebody's like, man, I thought this core global system was perfect. The core global system is perfect. Why? Because the core global system teaches everybody how to win big. But here's the deal. What we have to do as individuals, as leaders, what we have to do is understand that the key is you can't clog the bucket. Understanding that as you grow people, they grow, and then they're not going to fall out of the bucket. The secret to our business is so people don't fall out of the bucket is to grow them. If you grow a superstar, there's a lot less of a chance that they can fall out of the bucket. When you create a bronze, they can't fall out of the bucket. When you create a royale, they're jumping out of the bucket. So you got to realize that you've got to grow your people. It's about developing people. It's about growing. It's about stepping up and being committed. It's about saying, look, this is it. This is my time to make it happen. This is my time to be great. This is my time to win big. And you got to have that attitude that says, over, under, through, I'm going to make it happen. Over, under, through, I'm going to win big. Over, under, through, I'm going to become a success. Over, under, through, I'm going to make it happen. And right now is the time. Here's a call to action right now. Okay. Everybody's got to realize right now, we've got people in the core global community that are not superstars yet. We've got to get everybody on the core global community to superstar before pay period deadline. Everybody that's on our team, we've got to get them to superstar before pay period deadline. No matter what, right? And guess what? We want to help everybody get their starting 5 done, right? In the next 7 days. Everybody that hits superstar, then bam, we're going to help them get the starting 5 done. We want to get everybody E4 qualified, right? A4 certified, meaning that we help everybody get their enroll 4, pay no more customers. You got to get everybody their 4 customers. And then we want to register for the CCon event today. Right now is the time, man. We want to step up right now and say, this is it, right? This is my time to be special. This is my time to be great. We got to have that attitude that says, over, under, through, man, I'm going to get there. Over, under, through this weekend. I'm going all out massive action, man. I'm stepping up this weekend. I'm going to make it happen right now. This is my time to be special. This is my time to be great. And I'm telling you what, I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to win big. I'm going to become a success. So right now, let's get committed. Right now, let's go all out massive action. Let's make it happen, and let's become a success. This is our time. This is our chance. Let's go all out massive action. Sneak everybody in before pay period deadline. Let's win big. Let's make it happen. Let's step up. Let's get committed. God bless you guys. Thanks for joining. And we're going to see each and every one of you guys at the top. Let's make it happen.